Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Sarah Dixon. What you're about to see is a Facebook Live video of me doing my makeup, but that I'm putting on to YouTube. So if I happen to mention that I'm live or who's watching or anything like that, just know I'm not actually live. It's from a previous live. So yeah, enjoy me doing my face, doing this look, and I will see you guys next week. We are live. We're gonna put this up right now. So I've already moisturized and everything, and I just discovered this week just a better way to kind of do my foundation so that it's not like crazy. And a lot of people probably already know it, but I'm just going to show you what's been working for me lately. I'm going to start off with a concealer from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I know I say it every time, but just in case this is your first time watching and you don't know what I use, I'm always gonna tell you what I'm using. This is, e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in Light Peach. And I usually just start off by putting this on my eyelids to prime the eyes. Just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot because it's very thick concealer. And really cheap for being really thick, so it's pretty awesome. They also have a hydrating one that I haven't tried yet, but I really like the way that this holds eyeshadow, keeps it on all day. It's pretty awesome. It's a little bit light for me, but it doesn't make too much of a difference when I put my eyeshadow on over top of it anyways. So I'm just using it as a base to make the eyeshadow stick. Now I'm going to go in with Basic Mattes Reloaded by Makeup Revolution. And I'm going to go in with a floofy brush, and we're going to use this kind of orange color right here. Dab it a little bit, get rid of the excess, and I'm going to just start in my crease here, blending it like this. I don't know who's watching right now, but thank you for watching, whoever you are. Just gonna do light windshield wiper motions in the crease. I'm trying to work on being more light-handed, so I'm just naturally heavy-handed with it. I try not to be, but I end up being anyway, so really working on that. The more light-handed the better, and the more pretty it can look as you build in layers, because you might only need like a little bit of product, and if you do need more, it is easier to add more than to have to like go back and erase and fix it all over again. So yeah, a lot easier to just add more, a little bit more if you need a little bit more. Less is always better than more, unless you're like really trying to cover something up. And even then, less is better. Layering is always just better. It always looks always looks a lot classier, always looks a lot more put together. Even if you don't add a whole lot of product, and blending is everything. It really is. Okay, so I've done my crease. And then we're going to take a smaller brush, and where is my smaller brush here? I know I had one. I was using one yesterday for the same color. Oh well. Okay, we're going to use this fluffy brush. For this other fluffy brush, I'm going to pick it's like the darkest brown in this palette here. And we're going to just kind of feather that into an outer V shape here, just at the end. And don't worry if there's like a little line of demarcation, we're going to fix that. So we're going to go layer it at our top of the crease here, and then the bottom of our eyelid. Just kind of stay in this little outer corner area here. You can do circular motions like that. But just stay in that outer corner right there, because you don't want it to look too crazy. Okay, and then I'm going to take some more of the first color that I used, and we're going to just blend it with the brown halfway there. Okay, and now I'm going to take some glitter from my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Sizzle palette. Isn't that pretty? This is the only like pretty palette I actually have, but I love it so much. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this really light champagne color. It's called Kite Surf, and we're going to use that for my lid first. This side of the lid here. We're going to go all the way to mid lid. Stop right there. And I find my finger is just the best thing to use, better than a brush, because it just gets the product where you want it. And it helps to warm it up because it's on your finger. It's been on your finger. Okay. And then on top of that, I'm going to take a darker shimmer color. It's kind of like a brown. It's called Starfish. And I'm going to just put that in the center right here. Just in the center there. Alright. I'm going to take another finger that doesn't have any product on it and just kind of blend those two right here in the inner corner there. Okay, I'm going to leave the eyeshadow alone for a second, and then we're going to do eyeliner. So I'm going to go in with the, this is a kohl liner from NYX. I'm going to use that for my waterline. And nowadays I do go into my tear duct area, but I try not to go too much, just a little bit, just to complete the line, but I don't spend too much time in the tear duct area, mainly on the outer portion of that. And then I'm going to take this is the L'Oreal Infallible Sculpt Liquid Liner. It has a dot at the end as well, so like if you want to do wings, you could just dot it and do connect the dots and make your wing that you want. But for now I'm just gonna start out here and then thin it out as I get towards the center of the lid. And then stop right there. So yeah, not doing too much today, not doing a whole lot. I'm just like gonna add some to the edge here. There we go. Just enough to define the top line there. I'm gonna leave the eyes alone for a second. We're gonna start on foundation. So to get my color lately, I've been using the LA Girl mixing pigments. So I'm gonna take like a pump of this color, because I actually got this one too dark. It's called the this color is medium beige, so yeah, way too dark for me. I'm gonna mix it with some white. LA Girl came out with like all these different pigments. You can make your foundation different colors. I got the white one. The white is to make it lighter. The orange is for I think it's like for making it warmer, I think. Yeah, that's probably what it's for. To make it a little bit warmer, or to correct it if you are too cool toned. The blue has the opposite effect. If it is too warm, you can make it more cool toned by adding in a blue. Whoops. And then also the yellow Helps if it's a little bit too cool toned as well. If it needs to be more golden, you can add yellow. And then again, if you want like a more color correcting type thing, you can mix yellow and blue together to make a green color to counteract any redness. You can mix that in with your foundation and it'll help color correct your face. So I'm gonna mix the white with this beige color here. See if it doesn't create the color that I need. Okay, still a little bit too dark, so we're going to do 2 pumps of that. Like a pump and a half of that. See what that does. All right, hold on a second here. I'm gonna remove what I just put on my face. Always keep yourself some micellar water nearby because you can remove any mistakes with it. And also I'm just going to do some primer right here. This is the Baby Skin Primer from Maybelline. And I'm just gonna put that on my face first because I forgot to do primer. So the places where I get the most pore issues, like big pores, are around my nose and on the fronts of my cheeks here, and then a little bit up here on my forehead. So I'm just going to put the primer there. It does not magically get rid of your pores, but it definitely helps to minimize them significantly. So then I'm gonna take the foundation, and it's pretty close. It's close enough. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. And either way, if you get the wrong color foundation, it is definitely better to get it lighter than what you need, because you can always go back in with bronzer and correct it if you need to. So don't worry about getting it too light, just worry about getting it too dark, because that you can't fix. Or maybe you can, but it is harder to fix, I should say. Yeah, don't worry too much about getting your under eyes right now. You're just getting the rest of your face. I just do it just cause I like to. So we're gonna take care of the under eyes in a second. All right, and now we're going to do concealer. We're going to start with. All right, so now I'm gonna do this peach stick under my eye. This is the, again, L'Oreal. This is True Match, and it's the peach super blendable correcting concealer. And I'm going to put that right under my eyes where I might get any like darker circles or any darkness. I'm gonna put that right there in that area. And peach is a good counteractor for darkness. It helps to brighten. So we're going to take our foundation sponge over top of that and really blend in the peach down there. And then I'm going to take my concealer. And my concealer is from CoverGirl. This is CoverGirl Clean Matte Concealer in the shade Fair Clair. So Fair Clair is my shade. It's like a little bit lighter than what I would wear for foundation. A couple shades lighter probably. I'm going to put that in my under eye area, and we're going to blend that. Again, with the Real Technique sponge. This is my favorite sponge of all time so far. I did try the, I think it was like the EcoTools sponge recently, and I like this shape, but I wasn't a huge fan of how it was not very soft. This is the softest thing I have tried so far, and I really like that, and I like how blendable it is. when you get it wet. It's really awesome. All right, so we've done concealer, and now I'm gonna go in with a contour. And this is the BH Studio Pro palette. I'm basically just going to be using this palette until it's gone, so you can pretty much expect to see this in every video. So I'm going to mix like pretty much the entire brown row, like pretty much just the midsection of the brown row. Not too dark, not too light. I'm just mixing all the in-between shades basically. And we're going to feather that in under our cheekbone. Just find where your cheekbone is and just blend under that area there. And then we're going to dust it up into our temples as well. You can you can use circular motions, you can go back and forth like this. I like to do a little bit of both. And then I just dust it up into my temples here, like that. Just to create like a nice little sun-kissed sort of shadow. And if you don't know where your cheekbone is, you can always make this face and it will kind of physically show you where it is. You wonder why girls make all these weird faces when we're doing our makeup. There's a reason. There's a reason. I can't explain the eyebrows though, why we do this all the time. I don't know, like we just think it's gonna help us reach something. I don't know. Right? And now we're going to do blush. And this is pretty much the shade you're gonna be seeing till I get a new blush. This is from Believe Beauty. It's kind of a peachy, shimmery blush. It's super, super cheap. It's from the Dollar General. That's where Believe Beauty is from. And this is the shade Light Peach. Or sorry, not Light Peach. This is High Tea. It's the shade High Tea from Believe Beauty. And I just love this blush so much. And for a blush, for a cheap blush, it's pretty well pigmented. And it's just a really nice color. I just like it a lot. I'm gonna put it on my cheekbones and then just sweep it back and kind of mix it with my bronzer a little bit, so you don't have like those two separate lines, you know, like bronzer with like contour, bronzer, blush. Like they're all just kind of mixed together there. And then sometimes I just like to go in and put my foundation brush over it. Wait, oh, we have blacked it out. Hold on. More blush. You can always tweak it too till you get the color that you want. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. There we go. Just a little bit at the front here, just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to do, we're gonna highlight it. We're gonna highlight it. I don't know how, we're just gonna do it. This is a pressed glitter from, well, not glitter, it's more like pressed metal or pressed metallic. This is a pressed, it's like a pressed, not quite metallic, but it is sparkly. And that's L'Oreal Infallible in Ice Latte. And so these come in like individuals. So this one is more of like a champagne type color, but they also have it in like blue and pink and green, and they're just really, really pretty colors. So I use that on the bridge of my nose here. We're gonna go right on the ridge of our cheek up here where the sun would hit it. We're just gonna dramatize that a little bit. And just hit it right in that area there. Your fingers are the best thing. Fingers are the best way to blend. A little bit more, because I always say I'm just gonna do a little bit. We're just gonna do a little bit of glow, and then I always go a little bit extra. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just love highlighter so much. I can't even explain how much I love highlighter. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit more of the Kite Surf color, the champagne color from the Tarte palette, and I'm going to put it right in my tear ducts. It's like sparkly tears just coming out of your face. It's like even when I cry glitter. I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. Okay. And then a little bit on the bottom lash line on the outside there. Just hit it right there. Right there. And now I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I just use a pencil, coffee and mascara. My mom got me that mug. I love that mug so much. So this is from CoverGirl. This is just a pencil from CoverGirl. It's in 505 Rich Brown. And I'm just going to start by feathering it at the top a little bit, feathering it in. And I accidentally, maybe a month ago, I plucked my eyebrows and I plucked them a little too much and they got a little too skinny, so I've been kind of just compensating for the shape with a pencil or eyeshadow. Sometimes it's easier to do it with eyeshadow, but you just have to be careful because you can do way too much, way too fast with eyeshadow. I'm basically just creating the shape that I want and filling it in. And also, if you get too much, you can always go in with your foundation sponge. Just don't wash it. Obviously, you're not going to wash it while you're doing your makeup, but just keep it on hand, and you can always bring it back in if your eyebrows get to be too much, and you can just erase the parts that you don't like. Alright, and now that it looked like Groucho Marx, we're going to fix that a little bit. I'm going to go right up through the eyes like that, and then we're going to just kind of lighten up the inner edges here. And then we're just going to go over top. Make a little line with your sponge, like that. And we've done our eyebrows. I'm going to go back in with the same thing I highlighted with, and we're going to go right under the brow here and create a little highlight under there as well. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with my mascara. I couldn't come up with the word. This is the Maybelline Sensational Lash in black. It's either black or very black or black is black. Either way, it's gonna be black because I cannot do brown mascara. Doesn't do it for me. Even though they say like, oh, you should do brown mascara because black can be so harsh. And I'm like, well, actually black works pretty well for me. So I have hazel eyes, so they're a mix. They're like part green and part brown. So black goes pretty well with both of those things. I would say if you're going to use anything brown, use, I am in the ballpark that says you should use, maybe if you're going to use brown at all, use brown for like your bottom waterline and use black for everything else. Your top line, your mascara. That's the thing that's just going to make your eyes pop. After you've used all the right colors and everything, it really helps to just define everything, bring everything out. Especially if it's a really good mascara like this one. This one has, see this brush? It has kind of a curved brush. I use the top end here for my lashes because it really helps to bring them out. helps to fan them out more. One more layer here, and one more layer here. A little bit. All right, and now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a small fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to go in with a brown, but it's like a lighter brown. Let's see, or maybe this orange here. So the one that I first used on my eyes, the lighter one, the oranger one, we're going to put that right below. Ooh, a little much there. We're gonna put it right below the water line here. This is also a good eyeliner trick too. I like to do this when I don't have any eyeliner. Like if I'm doing makeup on other people, and obviously I don't share eyeliner with people because that's just dangerous and not very healthy. So I often substitute eyeshadow for actual eyeliner, and it does the trick, especially if you use it like a dark enough brown. It does really awesome. It does really awesome. For a little bit extra of a halo effect here. There we go. And if you get it too thick, which I got it a little thick here, you're just going to go in with your foundation sponge right under that. Just create that line there. Define where that ends. Now I'm going to add the mascara over that. We're going to do our bottom lash line. Oh, I hate it when I accidentally blink when I'm doing this. Gets everywhere. Now that we've done all that, we're going to do a little bit of lipstick. This is from Maybelline. This is the Honey Pink in 550, and it's a matte lipstick. Isn't it gorgeous? And I'm just going to pat that on my lips, not really wipe it, just kind of dot it. So there's just a little bit of product in there, not too much. And then I'm going to take the Revlon Kiss Plumping Matte Lip Cream, or not matte, just a lip cream. It's a lip gloss. And this is called Barely Blush. I'm gonna put that over top of this lipstick. So you have like a super peachy pink lipstick, and then you have more of a purpley type gloss. It's still pink. It's still more purple though, and I just love the color that it creates. So over top of that, I'm going to put this setting spray here. This is the Infallible Pro Spray and Set. We're going to put that over top of this, and we're going to allow that to dry. Now it's mostly dry. We're going to take where is my powder? Alright, I have a loose powder here. This is the translucent Photo Focus from Wet n Wild. And I'm going to take a little bit of that, put it in the lid, and I'm going to take a sponge, a dry sponge. They're just those like generic little little wedge sponges. And I'm going to take one of those, just dip into this powder, and any part of your face that might be oily or get oily, you just put it in that area. So for me, my chin tends to get a little oily. Put it right there. And especially my forehead. My forehead is the thing that produces the most oil throughout the day. So I'm gonna add it to there. And then a little bit right here. I'm gonna bake a little bit right here as well. Just a little bit. So yeah, any part of your face that gets oily or that might potentially get oily throughout the day. And if you want to know what those areas are, just wash your face, and whatever part of your face is shiny, that's where your face produces the most oil. So those are the those are the parts of your face that you would set with powder. So now I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and wipe off the excess here. And that will help set your problem areas when it comes to oil. So yeah, so that is the finished face, the finished look. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. I'm gonna try to do a video every Wednesday. If that doesn't work out, I will pick another day of the week, but I will let you guys know as soon as I find out what I'm gonna be doing, because I'm gonna be on a new schedule. So you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time.